What's up, guys? It's NMG here. A very frequent question I get asked about as an artist is, what materials do I use? So today we're going to be starting with, I think, one of the most important materials as a traditional artist or someone who likes to draw, and that is pens. Pens are like kind of like the different shoes or different outfits. Like, no artist just has this one pen that they use for everything. Yeah, there's general pens, but I mean, look at it as clothes. Like, if I'm going to jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna put on a gi. If I'm going to a fancy dinner, I don't know, wearing a suit. If I'm going to bed, I'm either wearing nothing or I'm gonna wear some pajamas, some form like that. It's another fucking camera. Can you just stay still? Jesus. And then there's casual wear. So it depends on what you're trying to draw, what other materials you're going to use, and that should determine the pen or pens you're going to use for that project. So today I'm going to tell you some of my favorite pens to use as an artist. Let's get into it. First pen I really recommend for beginners or professionals is the Tombow, sorry for this pronunciation, Fudenosuk. I don't know what the fuck that says, but you can see it here. The pen comes with this little ledge like a Sharpie, but I fucking ate it off because I'm autistic. But yeah, it's a very sleek design. These come in two forms. Here's the thing I didn't bite off. Blue and this dark green. Now, I don't even know the difference between them, but like for me, this one is more stiffer and shorter than the green one. But as you can tell, they basically look exactly the same. So, but the reason I love these pens are you can get so many different line weights, and you can, I don't know if they're waterproof. I mean, I swear I've used them with water. It's a calligraphy pen, but like, come on. I know other artists use this. So like, you can get very tiny lines with it, or you can get very thick, you know, very thick lines, you know, space. So this one's a little bit stiffer, so you can get even tinier lines with this one. Thick, then you get my gist. So, and it's not like a brush pen where, you know, you have to, because it looks a little brushy, where you have to like angle it, or else you're just gonna get like thick and then thin. These things can get really thick, or they can get really thin, and you don't have to really angle yourself. So that is the Tombow Fadoon something pen. Really recommend this. Next on this list, we have a very popular pen that most artists use throughout their whole lifetime, especially like manga artists, anime artists, etc. And that is the Pigma Micron Sakura pen. The reason I love these are because they come in, they're fine liners, so they're really good for manga and cartoons and stuff. And they come in so many different thicknesses. Here's the 1.0 millimeter, something like that. And here's the 3.0 or 0.1 and 0.3. So here's the 3. You can't get thick like this, but it's there's just so many different line variations. Depends on what you get. Where's my thickie? Oh, there it is. So yeah, I really love these pens. I recommend to every artist. They're waterproof, so you can use them for inking and then watercolor before or after. And they don't really smudge, and they're good with marker and basically everything. So yeah, let's draw it. Motherfuckers that running away from me. Next on this list is the Pentel Brush Sign Pen. This is so. First of all, I love the fucking design of the marker. I just got this today because I love the brand Pentel. They make a bunch of cool brush pens and different. So yeah, as you can see, the design's slick. And it's a very fine tip, so you can get very thin, you know, thick, medium, thin. That's a beautiful. That is beautiful. And I think these come in different colors, like black and gray. So yeah, let's draw this one. It's just so right as we dance by the moonlight. Can't you see you're my delight, lady? I just feel like I won't get you. Next on this list are the Pentel art brushes. They come in black and in gray. And I really like these because you can dip these in, I don't have water, but you can dip these in water and you can get a very, like a gray watercolor looking thing. And then as the water runs out of the pen, the ink will get darker and you can like blend it. It's just a really beautiful thing if you want lighter tones and stuff. Because not only is this marker good for outlines, but it's also good for coloring. So, again, you can get really thin lines, really thick, medium, yeah. And when your brush starts to split like this, that will kind of just fix itself. But when it starts to split in two, all you need to do is dip it in some water, and you're good to go. Next on this list is a classic, which is Sharpie. And you're looking at me like, what? You don't really think of Sharpie as like artistic and of like professional quality, but in my opinion, they are absolutely. And what I love about these markers is they come in so many different markers. Like, I know it says no, and they're not really, you know, they don't really look good for like art and for the price. You're like, no way, that's for like business people to write. No. So the reason I love them is because they're permanent. Like, once you put them on the surface, you're not getting this shit back. They come in so many different markers. Like, we have Sharpie Creative markers, which they're not fine, they're, you know, pens, but they're great for coloring in stuff, and they're hella permanent. They're like a mixture of like paint marker and like Sharpie, and it's like it comes out as paint, but it dries quick as fuck. It can go on any surface, and like it's super non-opaque. Like, it's a great marker. Then you have the classic permanent markers. You have Sharpie fine liners. You have Sharpie Creative markers. You have a brand of Sharpie Note Creative markers. and I've seen like, you know, the chunky chisel tipped Sharpies, and they're just great for like all around use, man. So this one's pretty dry. They're really cheap, but they dry out really fast. But again, you can get like bulk packs on Amazon for like a really affordable price. So like if you're a beginner artist, man, like even in professionalism, but like if you're a beginner artist and you're not looking to spend that much but get great quality, I would really recommend Sharpie. Again, this is just, if I had these ones, you can like, are great for like cartooning, but if you think this is too thick, like you could just buy the fine liners. So on this list we have Tebic fine liners. What's weird is like these aren't really promoted for like, they're more for like stencils and like just like I don't know, like little kid art. They're not actually drawn, but these are great for their colors, right? They're great markers, like, sorry, they're great pens. They're not waterproof, but like using ink on, like using markers on them, they don't bleed whatsoever. And I've tested these on like really shitty like printer paper and other papers that like usually Sharpies would bleed when you touch them with like crazy amounts of ink and stuff, but these motherfuckers do not budge. But they are not like watercolor proof, but basically everything else they can withstand wonderfully. And I don't get them for the black, but I get them for the colors. Like, look at how many colors there are, and they're super cheap for what you can get. They are a fine line though. They're here's look at them. It's just a really basic look, but I mean, who gives a fuck about look? I mean, they feel great in my hand. They come in just a bunch of different colors. They even have black in that pack. I just have no idea where the black went. Next on this list is Jelly Roll. I just call them Jelly Roll pens, but you're like, what the hell is that? It's not actually a pen where you'd outline stuff with. Jelly Roll gel pens. It's a gel pen. And as an artist, I cannot stand gel pens for the life of me. They suck. They barely go on surfaces, but these are like professional grade gel pens. So let me show you what I'm talking about. These are great for highlights in your drawings and like any like just pure white part that you don't want like fine liner around. So example, saliva. If you're like drawing a crazed fucking werewolf and there's just saliva dripping from their fucking disgusting rotting mouth, or like a zombie screaming and their, you know, spit flies everywhere. Someone who's really sweaty, you want to draw that sweat effect. And in my favorite, the rain and snow and wind. So, oh, this shit is new. So let me. As you can see, it comes out wonderfully, and it's genuinely white. And when it dries, it gets even whiter. It works on most surfaces, right? Just so this is my secret weapon. I use this in like every single one of my drawings because white highlights make drawings pop. And as you can see, this is just a beautiful thing. I can't draw this, but I'll draw it with a Sharpie. There's also another pen called the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Marker Pen. I use these things for like 4 years. I really like them. The only thing is they're quite expensive, but they're really worth it, man. So that's another option. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it useful. My name is NMG, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.